morning, everybody. We're glad you're here to see our Civil War reenactment. I'd like to thank you for attending. At the end of the first battle, for all those children and adults interested in marching back behind the Federal Army, we're going to line volunteers up here. You'll see a guy in a blue uniform with a red sash looking much like me, putting that team together. It'll be a lot of fun for the kids, and we're just glad you're all here. Enjoy the program.
Grandmother's family had two brothers who were part of the Indiana.
Grandma, get your new one.
All right, here we have on the field some dashing cavalry. Yesterday when I interviewed these guys, they found they are all from Virginia. They have wonderful cavalry from Virginia. They told me there was units, guys from the units of the 1st Cav, of 1st Virginia, 9th Virginia, and 14th Virginia. But I don't know which ones they are, but there you are. You have what? You have 6, 7 of them.
Never too old or too young to join the Army, just saying. So if you guys want to come after battle and fall in, we'd love to have you. March through camp. And kids 12 and under get an insignia pin once you get there. So you can have a branch insignia pin for 12 and under. How you doing? You drinking a sarsaparilla? All right, those are good. Well, I think I got to go to combat, folks. Crown of duty is Colin.
Wait, are we allowed to be in it after the battle?
After the battle.
In the American Civil War, a lot of times the first part of the battle wasn't a big, blow it all out thing. It was a skirmishing. And skirmishers are doing what these soldiers are. They're kind of going out, they're kind of testing the other soldiers. They're kind of maneuvering. The infantry does a different skirmish than the cavalry, but that's what we see going on. Now, when you're a cavalryman, you don't have a chance to hold a long rifle and carefully aim it because obviously you're on a wonderful mount out there. So you have a revolver or pistol, and revolvers were the ones, they were really the good ones because they shot anywhere from 5 to 6 shots each time. And then they had short rifles called, what were those things called? Anyway, and then sometimes they actually used shotguns riding on the horseback because they could just kind of swing it at you and blow this big, whatever it was in the shotgun out to you. So, but the revolvers were the ones you used most. Now, it looks to me we've got, what do we got? We got 6 rebels and 5 Yankees, something like that. Anyway, and these horses, as I earlier mentioned, are really, really well trained and lovely soldiers. I mean, they're lovely animals. And I gotta remind you too, if you go to the old John Wayne pictures, I mean, these people that you're looking at are people that really live this life, and they're not actors out there. They know what it's like to ride horseback and to pretend anyway that they're in battle. Now we have soldiers coming from the right, and these soldiers are in a formation that we would call skirmishers. They're lying across the field about 6 feet or so apart. They are going to advance slowly. They're going to see what they can find out about the Confederate soldiers. Of course, the ones that we're talking about are the blue Yankees. And they will shoot if they can or want to or need to, but basically their jobs for their officers is to kind of see if they can arouse a fight. And over on the left side, we have a real Confederate unit. So there could be some combat right away.
What's that? Means he looks out.
One of the things about the American Civil War rifle for the infantrymen was that this was the state-of-the-art new rifle coming on the scene. Up to this time, the rifles for military were sometimes just a ball with a patch in it. They might have had rifling in the barrel, but the actual rifles did not shoot a long way. But now they do. They have rifles that shoot effectively at 300 yards. So there was, because of that, there was a lot of dead people because they were just better shooters. But what the Army will do, they will fire all at one time. Now we have the Confederates in a skirmishing formation as well. And they're not shooting right away, but they're getting ready.
Well, they're just kind of, they're getting a feel. Now you got an option.
The Confederates have a flag that they're carrying. It's a unit flag. It's not. It's very much like their battle flag, but it's instead of a diagonal, it's squares more or less. The things are up and down rightly, and with the stars of the Confederacy. Confederacy had 13 stars. Now, the idea in any battle in the American Civil War was to destroy the army that they're fighting against, and or drive the army away, or not, if you couldn't destroy it, at least make an effective, give them a really bad time, hurt them in a lot of ways, where you kill or wound the soldiers you're fighting against. And this is, from both sides.
Yeah. Now they're going to come up.
I hope a lot of you folks have brought cameras today. The artillery up on our far right had a beautiful column of smoke after they fired. So a lot of good stuff out there to photograph. Now the Confederates are able to fire smoke rings from their cannon. It's they work on that in school. Down in the corner of our right, where there's several people down on the landing, or just on the ground there, don't seem to have guns with them. They have a yellow flag. These people are probably people that are looking forward to, not willingly, excitingly, but they're looking forward to when there are wounded soldiers on the battlefield and they can somehow give them help. After the battle is over with, one army will leave and the other army will stay there and occupy the battlefield. And when they do that, they will get credit for the win because they've driven the other army away. But they will also take care of the wounded soldiers from the other army that that were wounded and are still on the field. So this was not a war that was ruthless. It was a war of mighty Americans fighting other Americans.
Like this, because if not, you're going to lose your ears. Not your ears, but you won't be able to hear.
be deaf by now then.
At this point, we have the cavalry, probably all of the cavalry is on the field, and we love those guys. We've sent out some infantrymen, and I love the infantry. I was in the infantry for several years. But now we have more soldiers coming from the right or the north, and the idea, and also from the left. So it seems like today we've got the Union showing their face on the field, and the Confederates, coming right back at them. So it's getting to be very, you do this, and I'll follow with what I do, and here we go. One of the things that you have in a column of, let's say you've got a unit of soldiers. They have two ends, one on each side, and the idea is if you can get to the outside of that end, which we call a flank, and fire at it from a different angle, not the straight ahead angle, but the side angle, you can destroy those people. So this is one of the ideas, is that you're really trying to get on the flank of the enemy. Both sides want to do that. And if you somehow let them do it to you, you've got a couple choices. One is to die immediately, one is to run away, and the other is to form another line, move your line so their line is square against them, is not against, you don't want them on your flank anymore, but you're equally ready to work with them. Now we have right in front of us at real close range a gas to see what the soldiers look like, the Confederates, or the cavalry, and they are always well prepared, and kind of fun to see what they do.
Truck. See, look at that. They fell on the ground. They're all laying down. They got forward. Fine, thank you. You want to go down there? Thank you. Thank you, hon.
A lot of you may know that sometimes during our events, the people from the 1st Michigan Artillery are going to raffle a beautiful rifle. It's just incredibly great one. And they're going to do that at the end of the battle this morning. So if you bought a raffle ticket, you are going to be the winner of that rifle. One of you will. Hopefully. You are going to win. Okay. So, but we're going to do it then, and if you are the winner, you want to be here. So, I will announce it again, but if you don't hear me now, I hope someone will tell you. We're going to have a new person, wonderful, beautiful rifle. So if you've probably seen it if you bought the ticket, because it's just gorgeous.
You got to turn around this way, and I'm going to take a picture of the back. Turn around this way. I can take a picture of that.
what I meant.
Look at the horses coming up. Look how close they are. See the pretty horses? They shot one. It fell down in the ground.
On the battlefield, you hear the trumpet or the bugle blowing. The bugle is an interesting sound, and what you hear there is a bugle call that tells the troops something of what they want, what the officers want to do. Oh my gosh, here's a whole bunch of rebels coming out of... Oh wait. Oh, there are. A whole bunch of them came out of the nowhere here.
And this guy right here, see this guy right here with the telescope? He's watching the enemies coming. That's what you see. With the telescope. One in the north, one in the how they're coming back and they're chasing them right there? They're being chased? They're being chased. They're captured? I was gonna go right down and people like to for a little bit longer. You got to cover your ears with your button door?
At this point in our battle scenario, we've reached the end of the first battle this morning. And what we do now is we have the ladies with a cross and a wreath, and they will turn around, and we will have a moment of silence followed by the call of taps on the bugle. So go ahead, bugle. piece if you already go. Thank you. These ladies are there to remind us of the what it cost for the American soldiers to be in the American Civil War. We'd like to have you give a round of applause to the soldiers on the field, the ladies in front of us, and thank you for coming yourselves. Way to go, ladies, you gorgeous young women. Thank you for coming this morning and doing that. We've got it one more time. I could use you again this afternoon if you're here, so thanks a lot. Okay. The battle is over, and all those dead bodies on the field are coming back to life.